happen.
Okay, so let's go into how we rated the book and why we gave it that rating. So we have Megan at
4.
Alexis
5 for me. Yeah.
3.
Mel, and I gave it 5 as well, solely just because I really loved it the first time, and I think I kept it at 5 because I loved it just as much the second
I
time.
think that's where I'm at. I mean, even 3 times in, still like it. Would read it again.
It's a great fast read.
Yes.
I think it's a good book, but again, I think, you know, in some of these romances, a couple of the themes are a little cheesy, just for me personally. So yeah, that's why I give it a 3. But it is a good book that
Yeah.
you can take 2 days to read. And then after this, I went and read the sequel. I don't know if you guys know there's a sequel.
Yeah.
It Starts With Us, and I read that in, I don't know, 8 hours. So they're
Yeah,
very
they're quick.
devourable books, these Colleen Hoover books, if that's what you're into.
How long did it take you
It Ends With Us?
for both of them?
Well, I kind of picked this one up because it's the second time around and I did know what was going to happen. I kind of picked it up and put it down and picked it up. But with the sequel, where it tells more of Lily's story with Atlas from their point of view, that one I finished in hours.
Fast. It took me like 3 days, I think, to finish this book. So
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, it took me a little bit longer. I think it took me like 3 or 4, but that was just because I was listening to it instead of I reading because I wanted a different experience. And so I wasn't, and because I had read it before, I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I need to know what happens because I knew what was coming.
Right.
So I think it was a little bit easier
Exactly.
to read and get through it because I knew, okay, I know what happens, I know what's coming next, and I could prepare myself for some of the different things that happened.
I was
Is
just like
there-
2 days too.
So we talked about kind of some of our favorite parts. We have some notable quotes real quick that we want to get to. So can we pull up some of those? So Alexis's quote, let's read yours, Alexis.
All humans make mistakes. What determines a person's character aren't the mistakes we make. It's how we take those mistakes and turn them into lessons rather than excuses.
And
That was
Lily's.
Lily saying that. And I think this was after the first time her and Ryle had an incident. Ryle had an incident with her where she was trying to like wrap her mind around, because her mother had went through this. She was kind of trying to a little bit justify maybe what he was doing and giving him some grace a little bit, like it was a mistake. But she's saying, talking it out with herself, like, is it really a mistake, or is he going to start doing this again and just make excuses for himself? But she was mentally trying to like figure out what was going on.
And process her own feelings.
Her own feelings after, it would just be so much. Like, she has her flashbacks of her mom. She knew everything her mom went through. She did not like her. She despised her dad because of what he had put her mom through. And then for this to happen to her, she had that moment of like, oh my gosh, I'm my mom. I don't want to be my mom in that situation. So like, what do I do now? But still, that was the first time it had happened. So she loved him. She always loved. She loved him no matter, even after the third time it happened with the really, like, the third time was just a lot for me. Like, it was hard to read.
Yeah.
And even then, she said, I love him. And I think that's what you get. You hear that a lot. Like, it's not just easy to leave someone you love, and you do try to justify what's happening, but I'm glad she made the choice that she did and took that step.
Yeah, we have other quotes, but first, okay, we'll get to Megan's real quick. Then we've got to move to our trivia question. So Megan, go to yours.
There is no such thing as bad people. We're all just people who sometimes do bad things. This was said by Ryle, and I think it was the first time they meet. And that just stuck out to me because I think we all, at times in our life do bad things. It doesn't necessarily make us a bad person, but it's how you handle, the consequences of your actions that really matter.